So basically in 2012, I started teaching a weekly meditation at Spellbound Sky, which is a shop, here in a crystal shop here in Los Angeles. Fantastic group of people. Oh, there's a fellow Soul Collager. What's
Yeah.
up? Amazing and beautiful process. Yes. And so anyway, so first they invited me to come do a weekly meditation. I was like, great, this is like awesome. And then on like the fourth one, Mark turned to me. He was like, I think we should associate a different crystal each week. And so that's what we started to do. And then I would meditate with that crystal and kind of like get my meditation that we are going to do. I'd write it up. And then we would do it all together in a room. And everyone would be given a stone, whatever the stone of that day was. And then we'd meditate with it. And people would bring their other stones and different things like that. But I kind of became known for the crystal meditation because, again, it was a way to take meditation, and the crystal is powerful in and of itself, but they are also like pieces of candy. They are delicious and beautiful. And that's how I really want people to feel about inner work and meditation, that it is like you're in a candy shop. You're in, your imagination can go wherever it wants to go. It can show, your soul can show you lots of things. We have all this inside of us, but we live in a beckoning world that is always trying to bite at our attention and draw us in different directions. And I think, especially in the past 18 months, like I've been talking a lot about vertical integrity, right? So that's between the earth, me, source, whatever you want to say. It's me having my own compass rather than being horizontally dragged in every direction. So, meditation, soul collage, these things help with that vertical integrity. The more vertical integrity we have, the more beautiful our lives are. And also the more what we experience in our lives, like, are the things that actually thrill and satisfy us rather than all the things that society tells us is thrilling and satisfying, for
Mhm,
lack of a
mhm.
better way to describe it. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah. I also think that having that crystal, we're programming a crystal when we're holding and being very intentional when we're holding a crystal. And now think about that. Like, I'm sure you've heard many, many stories of people when they have that crystal, that's their literal touchstone that's
yeah.
going to bring them back to that state when they were doing the meditation. And it's going to remind them of the work that they did. So they have something tangible and literal that's there. And when they come across it or they see it sitting on the shelf or sitting on their altar, it's going to immediately drop you into that
Yes, and also it's a wonderful
state of
way
mind.
to initiate a relationship with a crystal on a deeper level, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it's very, fun to buy something beautiful and then just take it home and put it someplace. But I always say, like, bring your crystals out, bring your herbs out, bring them out, bring your drum, your rattle, whatever your tools are, and have them with you when you are in meditation, right? Because we have an energy field, there's an energy field around us. And when you get a new stone and you take the time, even 10 minutes, to meditate with it, you're communing with it on a different level than just, you're citrine, you're going to help me, with commerce or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You are actually coming into relationship with this crystal being, and it is coming into resonance and coherence with you. And that is where, our magical tools really become magical, right? Like, you can buy it, we can buy anything, takes 2 seconds,
Yeah.
but to tune in to these tools that we use, not just on a head level, but on a heart level, on an energy level, like, for in my life has been extremely powerful. I mean, empowering. um
100%. Like I say, because I'm very herbalism magic. I really resonate with plants. And, you know, in our magical books that tell us this plant is good for this plant is good for that, we get maybe there's 1,000, maybe 1,000 plants that are documented magically. Does that mean that only 1,000 plants are magical and all the other 299,000 are not magical? No, of course they're magical because each plant has a story, and even individual plants have magic. And I teach people, when I teach them about herbal magic, is like, go into the place where you connect to that plant, or you even connect to the dried herb. It doesn't have to be a living plant, and see what it tells you it can be
yes,
used for.
yes,
And the same thing, I think that those handy guides that like say citrine is good for, money, drawing money are great because that's a great entry place to get in. But that's not the destination when you're learning about working with crystals, the destination, or if there is a there's never a
It's all
destination,
a
right?
journey.
Exactly. It's that you then use that entry point to enter into communion with the plant, the animal, the stone. The ugly little gray stone that's on the sidewalk is just as powerful as your magical, expensive, giant amethyst. you know.
We are in tune, you and I, because I just this week, for a company, I wrote two custom meditations for them, and in one of them, it's a walking meditation, and it came through me, this line that you're walking and you're just tuning into the plant life around you, in whatever neighborhood you're in, and I literally just the line came out. Even the dandelion, like coming up through a crack in the sidewalk, has a gift for you, has symbolism for you, has an opportunity for you to connect.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are.
I mean, I think that when you start to really connect to these things, you really start to realize that it's not the pretty things that are always that are the only magical ones, like flowers. I mean, who doesn't love a flower, right? But not just flowers have magic, not just the pretty plants have magic. The ugly crabgrass on your lawn has magic, but you have to maybe work a little harder because there's no book to tell you how to enter into that relationship or guide you. You got to figure out what crabgrass means.
Mhm.
What is it? Is it tenacious? Is it the tenacity of crabgrass that it never goes away? Is it the idea that it springs back to life? Or what is it that resonates for you, and how can you use it in your magic? So that's really like your next level. After you've studied the books and studied what other people have to say, learn about these things yourself and your own relationship. It's just like your friends, right? Your friends, that you probably have friends that you have people that know you just through meditation. And then you have other friends that know you before you were doing meditation. And they have another understanding of you. They understand you. Yes, you're doing meditation and soul collage and all these beautiful and amazing things, but they also have this other connection to you. So I think of those things when we're working with stones and we're working with anything, doesn't matter, whatever it is, we're working with it, and then build your personal relationship with the thing as well as what other people have to say about it.
And then watch. Once you develop resonance or coherence with whatever your magical tool, watch what happens then. If you are feeling like you're working on a spell or something and it's not going, I often think of it's more of an undoing than doing, meaning that, okay, so like what in myself, right? What armor have I put on, probably for a good reason, is now blocking the true interaction between me and this magical process or object or tool or whatever it is. And watch what happens when you tune in on that deeper level.
Yeah, that is amazing. That's a great insight.